now on CoastTV News.
First the snow, now the cold. The combination of temperature and wind is driving wind chills into the single digits and teens this morning. A cold, blustery week ahead and possibly more snow into this upcoming weekend. Forecast details coming up.
I'll give you an update on the conditions outside as we deal with the aftermath from Monday's snowstorm.
Wind farm building some momentum in the case in Delaware, while people living in Worcester County have another opportunity to push back against the controversial project.
New role for Paul Long as the Sussex County native is set to become Delaware's 75th governor.
This is CoastTV News Today.
All right, got ice and snow along the coast this morning. We're getting our latest look at Ocean City along the canals there. You can see the snow from yesterday still on the roofs. Icy water there. Some places in our area got up to 8 to 10 inches of snow, some even more. As we continue on in our 6 o'clock hour with Coast TV News Today. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick.
And good morning, everyone. I'm Paige Marley. It is January 7th, 2025.
And as we continue our coverage of the storm, Paige, we are now in the aftermath of, well, it's probably one of the biggest snowstorms we've experienced in 2 years. And in our continuing coverage, we have our reporters in the field. Brandon Ferguson is in Georgetown. Elisa Weber is in Lewis. They're showing us the impacts of those below freezing temperatures we got overnight.
Yeah, I can't wait to check in with them in just a moment. But first, we got to check in with our first alert meteorologist, Bob Chahi. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, Delmarva. Yeah, it is the aftermath of the big snowstorm yesterday. It's wind and cold right now. And boy, is it cold. Teens and 20s out the door. 23 in Ocean City, 21 Indian River Inlet, 19 in Bethany Beach and Rehoboth, also 19 in Georgetown and Milton. And those winds are gusty out of the northwest, 20 to 30 miles per hour plus. Now gusting to 32 in Ocean City, 30 in Salisbury, and 31 in Indian River Inlet. So you take the temperature, combine the wind, and it feels like temperatures that are brutal out there. 7 in Rehoboth is what it feels like. 5 in Ocean City, 8 in Georgetown, and 8 in Redden as well. So if you can stay inside, please do so, because the roads are still pretty treacherous, even though the crews have cleared most of them. We're looking at a northwesterly flow right now with mainly clear skies, and that trend will continue. A little bit of snow in the lee of the lakes, but it's that Arctic air that continues to pour in from the northwest. Visibility still good at Salisbury, Georgetown, and Ocean City, but we are looking at lower visibility with some blowing snow in those open areas, so watch for some blowing and drifting there. Otherwise, just plain cold. Here's Futurecast at 7 a.m. 17 in Seaford, 16 in Millsboro, 18 in Lewis, but it's going to feel like single digits above zero, so make sure you bundle up. Lower 20s mid-morning, and we'll see a lot of sunshine today, just plain cold by noon. Upper 20s from Berlin to Millsboro, 28 in Dewey Beach, but look at the yellow and red arrows. That is strong wind that will continue to blow that snow around, and by 3 o'clock we're mainly below freezing. Ocean City up to Rehoboth 31, and then only lower 30s farther inland. And then remember, anything that melts in the sun will refreeze after sunset, causing slick conditions. Temperatures and wind chills were in the teens and lower 20s. Actual temperatures for this morning, but feeling like single digits. And then by the afternoon, temperatures approaching freezing, but with gusty winds, feeling like teens and 20s. So bundle up out the door.
Thanks, Bob. The storm shut down most of Delmarva, and now we begin to look ahead in the effort to clear our roads, get schools and businesses up and running again.
Yeah, Coast TV News reporter Elisa Weber is in Lewis. Elisa, what are conditions looking like right now? We've been checking in with you all morning. Still just as cold as you were a little bit ago?
Good morning, Matt and Paige. This neighborhood in Lewis is looking like a winter wonderland. And you know what? You may be wondering if I'm standing on the road. No, I'm actually standing on a sidewalk. It is covered in snow, as most of Lewis is. This road right here is still snow covered. Some roads when we were driving in definitely were cleared off. Some were better than yesterday. Some you still need to be extra careful. Now, a lot of these houses here in Lewis have snow on top of their roofs. It looks beautiful, but if you can, just admire the snow from inside or from your yard when you are making a snowman, because the biggest challenge today is this wind. I saw the feels like temperature is at 4 degrees right now, so I have a ton of layers on and I'm still frozen, so you want to be extra careful. And this wind is blowing up a lot of the snow, so with visibility, you just want to be extra cautious if you do have to drive today. Back to you.
Ooh, 4 degrees, very cold. Lisa Weber, thank you. From Lewis to about 16 miles west in Georgetown, we have some images of what people there experienced on Monday. The county seat transformed into an early January winter wonderland.
We're going to show you as well a picture from Seaford. You can see there snow has covered everything in that path, making for almost a postcard moment there in Seaford. Lovely. Well, crews spent many hours working to clear the roads in our area. The new challenge this morning, though, the snow drifts and those very icy conditions from that overnight freeze.
And checking out some of the roads is our Brandon Ferguson. He's live in Georgetown. He's just off of one of the main highways, Route 9. Good morning, Brandon.
Good morning, Matt and Paige. While the snow that fell last night is more of a powdery mix, the snow that fell yesterday morning, like the one across the street, is more of a hard snow, and that could cause serious damage to your car. And we continue to see cars struggle here on Route 9 with black ice in Georgetown, so be on the lookout for that. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you so much. Now, state workers have a slightly shifted schedule today. The governor's office says Kent and Sussex offices will be opening at 10 a.m. That's for non-essential employees. All others must be coming in on time, according to the state. Newcastle offices are open as normal. They did not get as much snow up there as we saw here.
Yeah, we continue to deal with freezing temperatures due to that Arctic blast. It's coming on the heels of a deadly winter storm for some that spanned thousands of miles, including several states like ours here on Delmarva.
Amy Kiley reports just now why the back-to-back weather events can be so dangerous.
Some seem to be enjoying the winter weather in the U.S. this week. For others, it's still causing problems.
We tried to use the time during the lull to put some more salt down, but really it's likely going to turn to ice.
A massive and deadly storm pushes off the East Coast today after some final havoc in Washington, D.C., Maryland, Virginia, and Delaware this morning. A list of schools are closed today. In Washington, events for the late President Jimmy Carter are scheduled for later than planned due to weather. Now, an added problem is an Arctic blast coming on the heels of the storm. In many areas,
nobody can go anywhere.
It's preventing snow and ice from completely melting.
The salt doesn't work super well when the temperatures drop like this, so it's going to be hazardous for the next day or two.
The cold snap is affecting much of the U.S., so lingering dangerous conditions could be a concern all along the recent storm's path. That includes areas from the central U.S. to the East Coast. Some people are without power and heat due to the storm. In certain areas, driving still requires caution.
The roads are starting to look better, but they are still slick.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Happening now, an agreement has been signed between Delaware officials and alternative energy company U.S. Wind. According to Governor John Carney's office, U.S. Wind received necessary federal and state permit approvals for its first project. Carney claiming that this agreement will bring 150,000 renewable energy credits to Delaware utilities to create clean energy. U.S. Wind will be paying for dredging, scholarships, and state park projects that total $40 million. And at the heart of all of this, power transmission cables, those will be running underneath Delaware Seashore State Park.
And expected to happen tonight in Ocean City, a public hearing for this project. One of the applications that will be reviewed is an air quality permit to construct application. This is for the proposed 121 wind turbines that would be located 10 nautical miles off the Worcester County coast. According to the Maryland Department of the Environment, a tentative determination has been made that expects the project to comply with all state and federal air quality requirements. It's important to note here, Ocean City is still suing the Bureau of Ocean Energy Management over this project.
Happening today, the swearing-in of the 3 new Sussex County Council members. Jane Grunebaum taking over District 3 after Mark Schaefer. Matt Lloyd will be representing District 1 after defeating Council President Mike Vincent in the primary. Steve McCarron will be District 2 Councilman, beating Cindy Green. The swearing-in is happening today at 1.
Also happening today, got a bit of Delaware history to tell you about. Lieutenant Governor and Sussex County native Bethany Hall Long will become the state's 75th governor in just a few hours from now. John Carney will step down and move to his new role as Wilmington mayor. It was last September that Hall Long lost a bitter Democratic primary to now Governor-elect Matt Meyer. Carney will resign and Hall Long will be sworn in, and she will serve the remaining days of Carney's second term until January 21st. That's when Meyer is inaugurated.
Still a lot more news to get to this morning on CoastTV News Today.
Coming up, store secure from storm, why one business in Milton says it stayed open. during Monday's intense weather.
Also ahead this morning, snow day in Sussex County, how other people reacted to the day off, and what popular activities were done in Milton.
But first, safe snow practices with the snow piled up, how to prevent physical issues when trying to get rid of it. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
No deal. What show did you win?
I'm a Survivor player, deep undercover.
I won Survivor.
I'm the best Big Brother player of all time. And best looking.
I hate him.
Deal or No Deal Island, tonight on NBC and Peacock.
If you ask the wrong questions, you'll never get the right answers.
Got any experiments for that? Of course you do.
The Irrational, tonight on NBC and Peacock.
Design a custom home that fits your unique style and budget with Accessible Home Builders. At Accessible, we provide you with a variety of customizable options to create the home of your dreams.
Accessible Builders provided us with a beautiful home.
Scott is full of ideas from his past experiences, and he really worked with us on all our custom asks and wants.
We would definitely recommend Accessible Builders.
Completely customize your dream home with Accessible Home Builders.
Hey Delaware, Bet Rivers and Delaware Park Casino are bringing betting on football to your phone. From props and in-game betting to the spread and the money line, it's all on your phone and it's all a touchdown. Plus, right now when you sign up, you'll get a second chance bet of up to $500. So huddle up with Bet Rivers, Delaware Park Casino, and football on your phone. Download the app today.
This is a freaking lousy crawl space.
Hey FLC, I've got a freaking lousy crawl space.
If you have excess moisture under your home or even standing water, you probably have mold. And if you have ductwork, you have a delivery system for that mold directly into your house. This is a freaking lousy crawl space.
This is a floofing lousy crawl space.
If you want to take your crawl space from lousy to lovely, call FLC.
6:11 on this frigid Tuesday morning. Bay Health Cam in Dover, 20 degrees, but feeling much colder with the wind. 19 from Georgetown up to Milton right now. It's the actual temperature. 19 in Bethany Beach, Rehoboth at 19 degrees, and gusty winds as well, 20 to 30 miles per hour, plus gusting to 32 in Ocean City, 30 in Salisbury, and 36 at Indian River Inlet. So that's driving wind chills down into the single digits. You really want to bundle up out there. It feels like 8 in Milton, Redden and Georgetown, 8 in Ocean Pines as well. Here is today's checklist. Travel with caution if you have to. If you don't have to, just stay home because the roads are still icy and snow-packed. Pack your patience. That's very important. Good to have a shovel in your car, too, in case you are out and you go in a ditch. Bring some kitty litter, too. Snow blowers will be humming today for sure. Make sure you have your sunglasses and always have a warm beverage as well.
There, Bob. Thank you. We have a time-lapse video to show you now of the snowfall yesterday. You can see just how fast it was coming down all day. Snow began around midnight. After a brief pause in the evening, we, of course, saw more happening overnight.
This morning, you may be waking up a little earlier to do some shoveling of that snow, and we do have some recommendations on how not to overexert yourself. According to the American Heart Association, you should take breaks often. Don't eat a big meal before the big job, as it could lead to cramps. Listen to your body if you start to feel bad and know the signs of hypothermia.
So this one's interesting. For the first time, the Food and Drug Administration has established lead limits for processed baby foods. Under the new guidelines, baby food manufacturers should have no more than 10 parts per billion of lead in baby yogurts, custards, puddings, and processed fruits and vegetables. Root vegetables, which typically contain the highest levels of lead from soil, should have no more than 20 parts per billion of lead in them.
Home fire safety company Kitty says it is partnering with smart home security firm Ring to offer new smart smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. Kitty says the alarms have built-in Ring tech and people can get real-time smoke and carbon monoxide alerts through the Ring app. There's also an option to subscribe to professional monitoring and emergency dispatch services.
Could be useful for this kind of weather. All right, until ahead this morning, many people approached Monday's snowy day differently. We're going to show you how locals in Milton spent their day off.
It's a snowy scene at the beach, at least 8 inches here. The first time in a long time. Haven't seen the boardwalk in Rehoboth. It's a snowy one. Now we're digging out. Cold the rest of the week, then another chance for snow on a Saturday. Your forecast details coming up in 2 minutes.
Download the free CoastTV First Alert Weather app today. Coverage on the road, in your community, along the coast. The IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, live on the street, day or night. From breaking news to weather in your town. The IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, coverage you can count on.
Taylor Oil Company leads a family of services offering energy solutions to Delmarva since 1927. We serve all customers with our own qualified staff of seasoned professionals, allowing us to manage all aspects of each and every call. The Taylor Oil family of services, one number for all your energy needs. Call 410-749-2151 to speak to one of our qualified employees. Taylor Oil Company, day or night, our service never sleeps.
The most incredible shopping on the beach, Blooming Boutique. Fashion, jewelry, and accessories as cool as an ocean breeze. You'll love this place. We put a smile on your face. You'll love this place. It's Blooming Boutique. Fashion.
Come visit Blooming Boutique, 2 convenient locations in downtown Lewis, Longneck, and BloomingBoutique.com. Remember, we carry resort wear all year long.
Delmarva Art Expo is a juried vendor show for all mediums, January 17th through the 19th at the Ocean City Convention Center. You'll find unique jewelry, fine art, and home decor from talented artisans. Visit our website for more information.
The weather is brought to you by Spicer Brothers Construction. Born here to serve here. Ring in 2025 with a new roof from Spicer Brothers. Right now, get 20% off materials, plus save 25% on your entire roofing project. Our expert team is dedicated to providing unmatched customer service and quality craftsmanship. It's the perfect time to upgrade your home and start the year strong. So don't miss out on the 2025 savings with 20% off materials and 25% off your entire roofing project. Visit SpicerBros.com or call now to schedule your free consultation. Make Spicer Brothers your New Year's resolution because you deserve the best.
Time is 6:18, and we're getting a live look of snow on the pier and some of the boats there on the canal in Lewis. I did some shoveling yesterday, Bob, and got some more of that planned for this afternoon.
Probably a good idea. That will be the case. A lot of shoveling, not a lot of snow blowing as we go into the afternoon hours. But now it's the aftermath. We're digging out, but we're still looking at tough driving conditions. We're seeing blowing and drifting, especially in open areas. So do watch out for that. Bitterly cold wind chills. Feels like single digits above zero this morning. And then by the afternoon, only feeling like teens, even though we're going to see sunshine. And really much of the week is going to be blustery and cold. And we're watching the coast on Saturday. We could see another threat for snow as we go into that time period, but one storm at a time. Here are the snow totals. Delaware Coastal Airport in Georgetown, 12 inches of snow. We got a foot as well in Seaford. Georgetown in the city, 11 inches with 10.5 in Lewis and Milton. Bridgeville, 10 inches of snow, and the list goes on. Here's Rehoboth Beach at 10 inches. Milton just shy of 10 inches with Long Neck at 9.6, 9 inches in Laurel. Delmar, 8 inches, and somebody, not sure who did that, measured about a foot at CoastTV. Temperatures are cold out there right now in the teens and low 20s. 21 Indian River Inlet, 19 in Georgetown, Redden 19, and Milton at 19 degrees. And we're looking at winds gusting over 30 miles per hour at the coast, 32 in Ocean City, 36 at Indian River Inlet, gusting up to 30 in Salisbury. So that's driving that wind chill down now into the single digits above zero. Feels like 4 Indian River Inlet, 9 Milton, 8 in Georgetown, 8 in Ocean Pines. So the bottom line is bundle up as we're looking at this cold northwesterly flow building in. Radar showing a little bit of snow near Salisbury, just south of you. I don't know if that's really coming to fruition, but I doubt it. I think we're looking at mainly clearing skies right now as our flow is coming straight out of the north and west as we're looking at Arctic high pressure building in all across the plains, shifting to the east, and the Canadian prairies are open for business as far as the Arctic air goes. Here's Futurecast this morning. By 10 o'clock, we're into the low to maybe mid-20s, but very windy and cold conditions. By the afternoon, only about 30 in Millsboro, 31 in Seaford and Delmar, 31 in Dewey Beach, feeling much colder with the wind, and then falling through the 20s as we go into the evening hours. By 2 a.m., we're into the low 20s Wednesday morning, and I think we're looking at some areas into the teens as we go into tomorrow morning, and then by mid-morning, we're into the mid-20s. Those winds gusting 25 to 30 miles per hour, maybe even higher than 35 as we go into the afternoon, and still gusty winds. These winds will be persistent the next several days. Here's tomorrow afternoon, winds gusting 25 to 30 miles per hour, and that is going to drive the wind chills down. By this afternoon, we're looking at feels like temperatures in the teens, very cold into the evening hours. By Wednesday morning, feeling like single digits and teens, and only teens is what will feel like Wednesday evening. And then by Thursday morning, feeling like single digits, very cold into Thursday. Here's the next system we're watching for the weekend. Could be spreading snow our way as we go into this upcoming weekend. I'm thinking early Saturday could see maybe an inch or two of snow as the system is tracking off to our south. Then it looks like it clears out by the afternoon, and that should be it for storms for a while, but very cold. Here's our 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, the 12th to the 16th. Icy cold conditions. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 32 today, down to 18 tonight. And then Wednesday and Thursday, 30 degrees. We're looking at temperatures into the teens. Friday, mostly cloudy, 33. And then by Saturday, it is a yellow alert for snow. I'm thinking probably some accumulating snow. We'll continue to watch that. And then mid to upper 30s Sunday and Monday with a mix of sun and clouds.
Bob, and as we enter into tonight and continue into the snowy day, CoastTV News will continue to be your source for this winter storm. We'll continue to have coverage on your TV, on CoastTV.com, our apps, and all of our radio stations. So don't forget, we are your source for this weather event.
It's been about 2 years since we've had substantial snowfall here on Delmarva, and in our coverage out on the storm, we did talk to people who are enjoying the winter wonderland and the opportunity to take part in some fun, from going tubing at the Northeast Hill to clearing up that fresh snow from the sidewalk and finally taking man's best friend through the elements.
Well, the dog always. For all of my life I've had dogs, and it's like having kids. They find the snow so magical. So definitely getting out with the dog. This is our third time out today. There'll be many more.
And later on, CoastTV News will tell you about the one business in Milton that stayed open during the storm. This does bring us to our CoastTV poll. We want to know, what is your favorite snow activity?
All right, let's see what you all voted for. What stayed the same in our last hour is that 9% of you building a snowman, 9% sledding or tubing. Most of you likely to stay indoors, maybe go by the fire, have some hot chocolate. That's what I voted for. 24% of you taking photos. Good idea if you can do it safely. If you want to vote, go to CoastTV.com. You can vote there or scan that QR code on your screen. Coming up next on CoastTV News today, we're talking store secure from the storm, how one business kept their employees safe while they stayed open during Monday's severe weather. Don't go anywhere.
Turn your dreams of a perfect kitchen into reality with That Cabinet Store, where a dedicated team of designers will bring your vision to life. Whether it's traditional or European, kitchen design is our specialty. And we can get your fully customized kitchen cabinets installed in as little as 4 weeks, semi-custom in 10 days. And if you're looking for new countertops, we offer quality in-house fabricated countertops. Dream today, designs for tomorrow at That Cabinet Store, located with Matt the Carpet Guy in Selbyville and Salisbury.
Hi y'all, it's April from Coast Country, and every Tuesday I get the honor of highlighting an amazing teacher right here on Delmarva with Teacher Feature. If you know a teacher who deserves some extra love, those who go above and beyond every day, head to coastcountry.com and nominate them today. Then tune in each Tuesday to hear their story. Teacher Feature right here every Tuesday at 11 on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. Sponsored by Coastal Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning and Vernon Powell Shoes.
Mark your calendars for the Children's Beach House Gala presented by Jack Wingo Realtors and Jack Wingo Asset Management on February 8 in Dewey Beach. This black tie evening features an open bar, auctions, dinner, and a performance by Kristen and the Noise. Your support helps empowered children with special needs to build confidence, develop leadership skills, and thrive in a caring community. For more info, visit cbhinc.org/gala or call 302-841-9639. Sponsored by CoastTV.
Life is full of unexpected moments. At Tunnel & Razor, we know the value of being prepared.
We work closely with our clients to understand their goals and concerns in drafting their wills and powers of attorney.
Estate planning isn't just for the wealthy. It's for anyone who wants peace of mind to know that their loved ones are taken care of.
We will walk you through each step and make sure all your questions are answered.
Our caring and skillful representation means your wishes will be respected and your family secure.
Tunnel & Razor, your trusted partner in life's journey.
As a result of the snowstorm, many schools, many businesses were closed yesterday, even into today. And this is true for businesses in Milton as well as many up and down Coastal Highway. One business in Milton, however, stayed open and decided to brave the elements.
We always like to try because we're a multi-vendor shop, so we always at least like to give it a little try for everybody here, even though it's coming down like crazy out there. And we also just like to come down and shovel and stuff and make sure it's safe for everybody. So we'll be here for a couple hours. I'm sure we'll close early.
Now for school and business closing information today, don't forget you can continue to watch Coast TV and just check that crawl that's happening at the bottom of your screen.
First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey is back with us. We're talking wind, snow drifts, cold conditions, the winter trifecta, Bob.
I think it is. And now it's the aftermath. Now we're digging out and kind of taking a little breather as we're looking at cold conditions at the beaches, Chincoteague and Assateague. You're digging out too. 20s this morning. We're only warming into the low 30s. You see the wind icons and the feels like temperatures into the afternoon in the teens and 20s. There is a gale warning too for gusty winds. Fenwick Island and Ocean City starting in the 20s this morning, only into the low 30s for highs, and feeling much colder with the wind. On the bay side, we're looking at Cambridge cold the next 3 days. Temperatures hardly even getting up to freezing, feeling much colder with the wind. And then Crisfield may be cracking that freezing mark a couple of times the next couple of days, but very windy. And then a snow chance again by Saturday. I'll have much more on that coming up in the next half hour.
Good, Bob. Thank you so much. Also coming up after the break, positions of power. We're going to show you the moment the results of the 2024 election became official and how this event compares to that of the last presidential election.
Also, wind farms close in on the coast, the new agreement in Delaware, and an upcoming hearing about the controversial project in Maryland.
Also ahead, snowplows are saving our roads. We're showing you the busy day DelDOT tackled Monday and the work that's expected to continue today. We'll be right back.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Enjoy 10 songs in a row. Sponsored by Pohanka Kia of Salisbury.
Hey, I'd like to tell you a secret that most roofing contractors wouldn't want you to know. Did you know that some contractors buy their credentials and pass the cost on to you? Not only that, but your prorated warranties are paid for by you, the customer, up front. At Callaway, we don't pay for our status, so you get the same quality roof at a lower price. When you need a new roof, make sure you get a quote from Callaway Corporations and see why Callaway is the easy choice. Call now for your free estimate.
Callaway Corporations, installing roofs in Delmarva for over 20 years.
Get the Coast TV First Alert weather app with live satellite and radar, severe weather alerts, and extended forecast. Download the free Coast TV First Alert weather app, sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
Since 1925, Avery Hall has been the go-to insurance agency for those who want quality service with a personal touch. Our unique consultative approach is all about you. Our agents take the time to understand your specific needs and craft coverage that protects your assets and offers peace of mind, whether it's employee benefits, individual, or business insurance. Avery Hall isn't just an insurance agency. We are a cornerstone of Delmarva and are committed to supporting and protecting the communities we call home. Avery Hall, insurance solutions for today's world.
Now it's time for Roofer of the Day. Led by Tyler Hershey, the crew at Hershey Exteriors came out with a strong game plan. It all started with excellent coverage, highlighted by an equipter and protective netting. But Hershey didn't stop there. When they spotted any openings in the roof, boom! They closed the gaps, keeping the home safe from any leaks. And they provide a free Golden Pledge warranty that's backed by GAF. Now that's a game changer. If you need a roof, I'd go with Hershey Exteriors because life is sweeter with Hershey Exteriors.
Now on Coast TV News.
First the snow, now the cold. The combination of temperature and wind is driving wind chills into the single digits and teens this morning. A cold, blustery week ahead and possibly more accumulating snow for Saturday. Details coming up.
Dangerous road conditions, what we are seeing live from Route 9.
Approval and pushback. We have the latest on where the controversial project stands to build a wind farm off of our coast.
Sussex County changes as the big shakeup of its council begins today.
This is Coast TV News Today.
It's been a little bit since we've had some weather like this. You're looking live right now at the snow covering the roads in Salisbury. I'm glad I'm not on those roads, although it's not much better here in southern Delaware. So we will continue to hopefully see plows clear those roads, keep people safe across Delmarva today.
Yeah, Paige, I think that's a scene that everyone is seeing in our coverage area. Good morning, I'm Matt Pensa. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning. Thank you all for joining us. I'm Paige Marley. All right, well, now the aftermath stage of the biggest snowstorm that we've experienced in about 2 years. I do remember that last storm 2 years ago. That was wild as well. But continuing our coverage, we have our reporters in the field. Brandon Ferguson is in Georgetown right now. Elisa Weber is in Lewis. They're going to be showing us the impacts of those below freezing temps that happened overnight.
Yeah, is that the one you were out in the Jeep, Paige?
Oh, that one? Yeah, I was. Oh, yeah, that was rough.
All right, time is 6:29 to tell us how big of a snow wallop we got and what we can expect making our way through this Tuesday morning. As First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey. Good morning, Bob.
Morning, guys. 8 to 12 inches is basically what we picked up all across the area from yesterday's snow. Now it's the aftermath. It's a cold and wind. It's cold. 19 in Georgetown, Redden and Milton. Even along the coast, teens and low 20s now. Indian River Inlet, 21, 22 in Ocean City. And those winds blowing that snow around. So if you're in rural areas driving through those, we're going to be seeing blowing and drifting snow. Keep that in mind. 32-mile-per-hour gusts in Ocean City, 33 Indian River Inlet, gusting to 30 in Salisbury, and that's dropping the wind chills into the single digits above zero. Very cold. 8 in Ocean Pines and Ocean City is what it feels like. 8 in Georgetown and 8 in Redden as well. As we're looking at mostly clear skies, radar is indicating maybe a little bit of snow trying to move south of Salisbury. Don't know if that's real or if that's fake, but right now it's not heavy, whatever it is, but we're looking at clearing skies as we have a northwesterly breeze, some snow in the lee of the lakes, but the big story is that Arctic air continuing to pour in. Visibility is good in Georgetown, Salisbury, and Ocean City, but in between, in those rural spots with blowing and drifting snow, that could definitely limit visibility as we're in the teens early this morning, feeling much colder with the wind, but we'll see a lot of sunshine today, but temperatures struggling to rise over that fresh snowpack by noon into the mid to upper 20s, or right around 30 in Millsboro around 3 o'clock, in Selbyville, 31 in Delmar, 31 in Bethany Beach. I don't think anybody's getting to the freezing mark today. Then remember, anything that melts on the roads will refreeze this evening as temperatures fall back into the 20s. So sky conditions good, lots of blue skies, road conditions still pretty sketchy, snow covered, icy, slushy later on as well. We'll just call it slippery. That's why I gave it the red light this morning, and then the red light again this afternoon and evening, as any of that slush will refreeze rock hard. So it's best to stay off the roads for another day if you can.
Sounds good. Thank you. Now, in the lead up to this snowstorm, Adele crews began preparing over the weekend.
And now we're getting a look at how much work is left to do. Coast TV's Brandon Ferguson is live in Georgetown. Brandon, the snowfall has ended. That does not mean there is an end to cleanup efforts.
Good morning, Matt and Paige. We've been out here in Georgetown for nearly 2 hours now, and we've continued to see cars struggle with this stretch of road on Route 9 because of the black ice. Now, DelDOT has over 3,000 miles of coverage in Sussex County, so we'll have to give them time to resalt and replow those roads. And if you're heading out later this morning, you're going to need this, an ice pick and a snow brush for your car, because it sure took me an extra 10 to 15 minutes to get my car out, so plan accordingly for that. Back to you guys.
All right, right there with you, Brandon. It's about the same thing I was doing a couple hours ago. Okay, from Georgetown, we're going to Lewis, as people who live there are waking up to several inches of snow that froze overnight, presenting a big challenge in clearing sidewalks and driveways.
CoastTV News reporter Elisa Weber is back outside in Lewis. Elisa, what are you looking at right now? Conditions change at all?
Good morning, Matt and Paige. Well, nothing that much different since I last talked to you. This neighborhood in Lewis is still covered in snow, as you can see here. Yes, I'm walking on a sidewalk that is covered in snow, so make sure today you are shoveling as much as you can because that snow is just going to freeze as temperatures continue to drop. The feels like temperature here in Lewis is about 4 degrees, so yeah, I'm pretty cold right now and I have a ton of layers on, so if you are outside shoveling, make sure you layer up so that you stay healthy and safe. And also make sure you shovel for anyone who is elderly or disabled or with health conditions. Shoveling, it's a pretty grueling activity, so it's great exercise, but it can also be very dangerous to your health if you have any underlying conditions. And again, just be careful today outside in these cold temperatures, but also driving. There's a lot of black ice on the ground from these really low temperatures. And also you just want to make sure you're cautious of the wind because a lot of the snow is really blowing up, so you want to be careful with the visibility issues that you may have today. As always, be safe, be careful. Back to you.
Lisa, thank you so much. It was a busy day for DelDOT across Sussex County. Crews working to clear the roads since the snow started early Monday morning.
DelDOT says many roads had to be plowed several times because the snow continued for many hours. CoastTV News reporter Emma Aiken shows us how some crew members say it really wasn't worth the risk of driving.
Plows clearing the roads, trying to stay one step ahead of Delmarva's first snowstorm of the season. Brian Strain and Vivian LaRusso say they avoided the roads at all costs today.
I don't think any of us expected this much snow to fall.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe 6 inches, you know, and it's more than 6 inches. But we did notice that the plows have gone back and forth multiple times in this neighborhood.
DelDOT manages about 3,000 miles of road throughout Sussex County, but officials say it could be a few days before every street is clear.
Now, the challenge we're going to have over the next couple of nights is we're going to have very cold temperatures getting down into the 20s. It just is going to make that salt a little less effective. So anyone that's going to be out just needs to be mindful that there's going to be icy conditions and just...
McLeod tells CoastTV DelDOT plans to bring more plows and equipment from northern Delaware down to Sussex County. For CoastTV News, I'm Emma Aiken.
We continue to receive pictures from our viewers. Check out, actually, this is drone shot here in Lewis, and we want to thank our friend Eric Snyder for sending us these images.
All right, this one is confusing for me, but if you're a Swiftie, I guess you'll get it. They have me reading Taylor Swift lyrics. Snow on the beach, waves, whitecaps, blends into the snow, Boardwalk 2. I don't know if Taylor Swift included the Boardwalk part or if we did, but everything completely blanketed in snow.
Yeah, I can't help you on that one, Paige.
No idea.
You're out on an island on that one.
Yep.
In one of his final acts as Delaware Governor, John Carney announcing an agreement has been signed between Delaware officials and alternative energy company U.S. Wind. According to Carney's office, U.S. Wind received necessary federal and state permit approvals for its first project. Carney claims the agreement will bring 150,000 renewable energy credits to Delaware utilities to create clean energy. U.S. Wind will pay for dredging, scholarships, and state park projects totaling $40 million. At the heart of this, it's those power transmission cables that are planned to run under Delaware Seashore State Park.
And expected to happen today in Ocean City, a public hearing for offshore wind. One of the applications that will be reviewed is an air quality permit to construct application. This is for the proposed 121 wind turbines that would be located 10 nautical miles off the Worcester County coast. According to the Maryland Department of the Environment, a tentative determination has been made that expects the project to comply with all state and federal air quality requirements. But it is important to note Ocean City still suing the Bureau of Ocean Energy Management over this project.
Happening today, the swearing in of 3 new Sussex County Council members. Jane Grunbaum takes over for District 3. Matt Lloyd will represent District 1. He defeated Council President Mike Vincent in the primary. And Steve McCarran will be the District 2 councilman. The swearing in is set for 1 p.m.
Let's take a live look now at our nation's very snowy capital. You can't see the snow as much there, but when you see further away, it looks gorgeous. But we know many events planned there today as the nation continues to do a few things. Of course, celebrating the life of former President Jimmy Carter and in the aftermath of the certification of the 2024 election. Vice President Kamala Harris presided over the certification, which made official her election loss to Donald Trump. The count and the certification lasted just about 40 minutes. A stark contrast this year to what happened about 4 years ago when that pro-Trump mob stormed the Capitol and disrupted those proceedings for hours.
One of the most important pillars of our democracy is that there will be a peaceful transfer of power.
And the transfer of power, which concludes in less than 2 weeks with the inauguration of President-elect Donald Trump.
Still got a lot more news to get to in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere.
Still coming up, we're staying ahead of the storm. It's the goal of some people in Delaware as they worked many hours on Monday to tackle that snow.
Also buzzed off at home, Delaware State's women's hoop team could not even their MEAC record as they took on one of the top teams in the conference.
And snow's trapping some transportation. How many cars ended up like that one all across Delmarva? Stick with us on Coast TV News today.
How many bottles of water do you drink every day? Wish you could get an endless supply of bottle quality water right at your sink? You can with Shore Water Refining. For about $2 a day, you'll never need to buy another bottle of water. Our reverse osmosis system will take up less room than one case and save you time and money. And as a bonus, we'll install an emergency shutoff valve under your sink to protect you while you're away. Absolutely free. Call or visit us online at shorewaterde.com today to get started.
Find your next job at the Delmarva Job Fair, sponsored by the Stokely Center and the Maryland Department of Public Safety and Correctional Services. Join us Saturday, February 1st from 10 to 2 at Delaware Tech in Georgetown. Employers in healthcare, construction, retail, and more. Plus, the Delaware Department of Labor will also be on site for resume tips and advice to help you stand out. Take the next step in your career at this one-day hiring event. Learn more at WBOCevents.com.
Coastal Home Roofing is your source for all your roofing and siding needs. We do not take any down payment. You don't pay until the job is done. Protect your home even further by taking advantage of our lifetime labor warranty. Schedule a free immediate estimate with our team by visiting our website or giving us a call at 866-976-5462. Coastal Home Roofing, Delmarva's roofing and siding experts.
Lupo Italian Kitchen in downtown Rehoboth Beach has been serving award-winning Italian food since 2008. Located inside the Hotel Rehoboth, Lupo serves traditional and coastal Italian cuisine, pairing Mediterranean flavors with fresh seafood and local produce. Lupo has an extensive all-Italian wine list, monthly wine dinners, and a friendly and knowledgeable staff. Popular dishes include chicken parmesan, lobster bucatini, and veal meatballs. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue, serving happy hour daily and open 7 days a week. See you soon.
6:40 on our frigid Tuesday morning. Finally seeing some blue skies after yesterday's snowstorm. Here's Irish Eyes Cam. 20 degrees. We've got the snow on the dock. Yeah, it's cold, even down to the beach, and snowy there too. 19 in Georgetown, 18 in Milton right now, 19 in Ocean Pines and Bethany Beach at 19. We're seeing winds gusting over 30 miles per hour along the coast, even inland at Salisbury as well. So that feels like temperature into the single digits. Only 5 at Indian River Inlet, 8 in Ocean Pines, and 8 in Georgetown. Bottom line is bundle up as we're looking at mainly clear skies right now. Our flow is coming in out of the north and west. Some lake effect snow showers to our north and west. We're done with the snow for a while. We'll be looking at sunshine and cold conditions today. It's today's checklist. Travel with caution if you have to. If you don't, stay home for another day because the roads are still pretty treacherous even though the crews have been out. Pack your patience. Have a shovel in your car in case you go in the ditch. Maybe have some kitty litter as well. Watch for refreeze. If anything melts in the sun today, it will freeze rock hard again after sunset. Make sure you have your sunglasses. It will be really bright with the added snow cover, and it's always good to have a warm beverage too. Our umbrella winner today, congratulations to Barbara from Ocean City. She has a new umbrella courtesy of Paul Davis and Coast TV.
What we're seeing and hearing here are just one of the many cars stuck on the roads Monday afternoon. This particular one, it was Route 1 in Delaware. It took many people and some state police troopers to get that car out of the snow and running again.
And let's take a look now at the Georgetown Circle, what it looked like just yesterday. It looks beautiful there. I didn't hear of any accidents, anyone spinning out in that area. Hopefully you're taking that circle very slow. And we know it's an area that sees a lot of accidents, but looking good right there in that video at least.
Yeah, good for now.
Yeah.
And we're going to go Rehoboth Beach from Monday. You can see the bandstand blending in with the snow. This is at the end of Rehoboth Avenue. Just a few hundred yards from the Atlantic Ocean.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Yesterday's wave of snow couldn't stop Delaware State from taking the hardwood. The women's basketball team continued MEAC play last night, searching for its first conference win of the year. New football head coach Deshaun Jackson is in the house to watch some Hornets basketball. Norfolk State was picked to finish at the top of the preseason poll, and this defense is a big reason why. Nia Field swipes it, scans the floor, and feeds it down low to Makoye Diawara, who drops it in for 2. And then the Spartans show off their power on the glass. DeBria Clark can't hit, but Diamond Johnson comes soaring in for the and-one bucket, and Johnson was not done there. This time she puts it on the floor, darts to the hoop for another and-one. Spartans absolutely rolling. But late in the first quarter, the Hornets start to find some heat. Mahogany Cottingham from the corner to make it 24-12 Norfolk State. In the second, the Hornets start to defend the nest. Kiara McElrath snags the steal and takes it all the way to make it a 10-point game. DSU started to roll in the second quarter, but the Norfolk State Spartans would continue their dominance in the second half and win this one big, 94-54. The Hornets are back in action on Saturday, January 11th against South Carolina State. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day, everyone.
And don't forget, coming up tonight on DSN is your game of the night at 8:30. It's Seaford facing off against Snow Hill in the Governor's Challenge. And then at 10:30, you can tune in for your final score.
It's nice to see the blue skies after the snow yesterday. It's a snowy landscape. A lot of us picking up 8 to 12 inches of the white stuff, 20 degrees in Laurel. Now it's the aftermath. We're digging out, and it's going to be cold and blustery the rest of the week. Then another snow chance, on Saturday. I'll have your forecast details coming up in 2 minutes.
Listen to Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. We're Delmarva proud.
At Atlantic General Hospital, we've been busy. Busy expanding healthcare services that are second to none in our region. From cancer care and women's health services to orthopedics, gastroenterology, and more, we provide advanced health technologies delivered by top providers. Expert care every day. It's what you can count on from Atlantic General Hospital.
Welcome to the Brush Factory. Explore our over 60 local merchants and artists all together under one roof. You just never know what you'll find at the Brush Factory on Kings. Thank you for supporting our local family of merchants.
We couldn't do it without you. I needed to do some safe floor. I slipped in my old floor and I broke my kneecap. I called Pinnacle, they came. The team was very professional. And then when I came home 2 o'clock, my garage was done. That's the best part. I loved it. Pinnacle did a really great job. They did this beautiful floor and safe to walk. Call Pinnacle, you will not be disappointed. You'll be happy like I am.
Weather brought to you by Coastal Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning, dedicated to excellence in Delaware and Maryland.
Thank you for calling Coastal Comfort.
This is a complimentary call. A couple of years ago, I had my heat pumps replaced. Last night, I noticed one of them wasn't working right. Somebody was out here within a couple of hours, and it's working perfectly. I was in the service industry for 33 years. Good service is something you can't find today. It very much is appreciated. Your crew is a good crew. Really fine people are professional and they're efficient.
Coastal Comfort, a Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Carrier, turn to the experts.
It's now 6:46 on your Tuesday morning. We are taking a live look right now in Rehoboth Beach, where we know that the snow is covering the boardwalk. Bob, we checked out there earlier, but I always love seeing the snow on the beach. Something very cool about that.
There is. You're used to seeing sand and the dunes and the seagrass, and now not seeing that today with about 8 to 12 inches of snow that really most of us saw. Now, what to expect? Well, we're looking at tough driving conditions in the wake of the snow. Blowing and drifting is expected today, especially in open areas. I encountered that on the way to work, and that will lower visibility if you get into some of that blowing snow. So watch for that. Bitterly cold wind chills as well. We're in the single digits above zero now and into the teens in the afternoon hours, not only today, but really the rest of the week. And we are watching the coast Saturday for the threat for more snow. More on that coming up. One storm at a time, though. Delaware Coastal Airport in Georgetown, a foot of snow. Seaford also a foot. In Georgetown, 11 inches with Lewis and Milton at 10.5. Bridgeville checked in with 10 inches of snow. And Rehoboth, 10 inches of snow as well. Milton just shy of 10 inches at 9.8. Long Neck at 9.6. Laurel checking in with 9. Delmar 8. And here at Coast TV, somebody measured a foot of snow. So, boy, it was a wallop of snow for sure. But now it's the cold and wind behind that storm. 19 in Georgetown, 18 in Milton right now, 18 in Redden as well, 19 in Bethany Beach, and 19 in Rehoboth. As we're looking at gusty winds over 30 miles per hour in Ocean City and Indian River Inlet, gusting to 30 in Salisbury. So you take the temperature and the wind, and you get the feels like temperatures, which for the most part are in the single digits. Feels like 4 Indian River Inlet, 8 in Georgetown, 9 in Redden, 8 in Rehoboth. So bottom line is, if you don't have to go out today, just hunker down because, well, the roads are still kind of treacherous. We're looking at clearing skies right now as we have a northwesterly flow. So we get a break from the snow as we're looking at sunshine, but that wind coming right out of the Arctic. We do have some lake effect snow in the Lily Lakes from West Virginia up to Pennsylvania and New York. We're not going to see that. And then more of that Arctic air stretches across the plains and then into Canada as well. So the Arctic open for business in Canada as all that cold air continues to funnel down. Here's Futurecast. This morning we're in the teens, but with the winds feeling like single digits above zero. We'll see a lot of sunshine today, but it's not going to help. By about 10 o'clock, we're in the low to mid 20s. You see the yellow and red arrows indicating the strong winds gusting to 30 miles per hour at times. And by mid-afternoon, only around 30 in Selbyville and Georgetown, 31 in Seaford, 31 in Fenwick Island. So I think most of us staying below freezing, but in the sun, we will get some melting. And remember, anything that melts or becomes slushy will refreeze after sunset. We're falling into the 20s as we go through the overnight hours. And by Wednesday morning, we're into the teens and 20s. Very cold, and another cold day for Wednesday. Sunshine, I think we're only in the upper 20s to right around 30 degrees. Maybe a few more clouds into the afternoon hours as we're looking at gusty winds in excess of 30 miles per hour into the afternoon. So bundle up, cover up those extremities. Still breezy as we go through the overnight hours, and then Wednesday is still a breezy and cold day. Winds gusting about 25 to 30 miles per hour. Feels like temperatures this morning in the single digits. By afternoon, despite sunshine, feeling like teens, and those very cold feels like temperatures continue into the morning hours, feeling like single digits and teens right through your Wednesday. Then by Thursday morning, feeling even colder with single digits and feeling like teens on Thursday. It is winter and it's here to stay as we have another shot of snow possible on Saturday. Right now, not looking like a major system, but certainly could see an inch or two, maybe more, maybe less. We'll continue to fine tune that as it looks like mainly morning snow Saturday and then it clears out. We're looking at cold conditions January 12th through the 16th as temperatures still remain well below normal. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast at freezing today with sunshine, 32, 30 Wednesday and Thursday. We're going to add more wind to the scenario on Thursday. Overnight lows into the teens Thursday and Friday morning, and we're creeping above freezing a little bit by the end of the week Friday. Then Saturday, we do have a yellow alert for mainly morning snow. Could see a couple inches of snow there just to freshen things up. And then we're looking at mid to upper 30s for highs Sunday and Monday as the cold weather continues.
Thank you, Bob. In Dover, neighbors there were outside a good part of the day trying to get a head start on that shoveling. People worked hard to stay ahead, with some clearing their driveways several times to avoid being snowed in later. Now, despite all their efforts, people we spoke with said there's still a sense of enjoyment of all of this, with a few of them taking a moment to appreciate the sight of a heavy snowstorm in Delaware.
You know, obviously the kids are out running around in it, so they're loving it. I've seen a couple of dogs enjoying themselves, but, you know, for the rest of us, it's a little bit of an inconvenience. But I'd rather be home by the fire, but you got to try to get ahead of it the best you can.
Yeah, the snow has calmed down. Kent County, otherwhere on Delmarva too, but the shoveling, as you can see, is far from over.
It's now 6:52 this morning, and we are going to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
Okay, today's coastal pet this hour, a pair that go together like peanut butter and jelly on your screen. Got spaghetti and meatball. You can see they are two diehard Eagle fans, just like Paige.
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay, you're not. I was the wrong
No.
Paige I was talking about.
Yeah.
They do believe the Birds are going to bring home another Super Bowl win this year, and these two fortune tellers were submitted to us by their family in Millsboro.
Very cute photo there. We want to keep seeing all your pets on Delmarva. Send us more photos and tell us what makes your pet so special.
You can scan that QR code at the top of your screen to get your furry friend to us here, and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
It is a snowy scene across Delmarva, including Dover, waking up to snow. And we're looking at clearing skies today, 20 degrees for you, windy and cold not only today, but really the rest of the week. Then another chance for snow by Saturday. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up next.
Capture your favorite moments at the CoastTV photo booth. Strike a pose and snap a pic, all for free. View previous pictures and see the next event at coasttv.com under the Features tab. The CoastTV photo booth, sponsored by Baths by Spicer Brothers.
Did you know enjoying social activities can slow down age-related issues? The key benefits are stimulation of the mind, improvement in motor skills, building interpersonal relationships, increasing confidence and independence. Home Well Care Services LEAP program provides interactive activities that clients can enjoy twice a month at our Georgetown and Smyrna locations. Incorporating LEAP in your loved one's routine can create a sense of fulfillment and motivation. To learn more information about Home Well Care Services, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
Rodents. They contaminate food, invade your home, crawl space, and attics. But did you know rodents can carry an array of diseases that could be harmful to humans across Delmarva? With just one call, we can clobber them all. Bennett Termite's quarterly treatment program is the most effective way to prevent insects and other pests from entering your home. And every service is monitored by our supervisor. Remember, Delmarva, quality isn't expensive, it's priceless.
You wouldn't even there for her.
If you would let me explain, this is something you need to hear.
The person that took care of your mother when she was sick was Mr. Fleming. You getting where I'm going?
Next, Judge Judy.
Tuesday at 2 on Coast TV.
Imagine a home that truly reflects your unique style and sophistication. Welcome to Bay to Beach Builders. Step into the brand new Idea Home and Design Studio in Greenwood, where your dream home takes shape. Select every style, every color, and every detail. Our design specialists will guide you through every step. Experience the unmatched quality of Amish craftsmanship, blended seamlessly with modern design. And the best part, our homes are surprisingly affordable, starting at under $200,000. Bay to Beach Builders. Imagine your home. Create your space. Live your life.
With more than 25 years of surgical expertise, Dr. Julie Berry is now accepting new patients at Tidal Health Ear, Nose, and Throat Surgery. Dr. Berry offers specialized care for a wide range of general ear, nose, and throat disorders. Whether you're dealing with chronic sinus issues or require advanced surgical intervention, Dr. Berry is here to provide expert care tailored to your specific needs. Discover the difference that expert care can make. Schedule your appointment today.
It's now 6:55 and it's time for some things you need to know before you go. An agreement has been signed between Delaware officials and alternative energy company U.S. Wind. According to Governor John Carney's office, U.S. Wind received the necessary federal and state permit approvals for its project. U.S. Wind will be paying for dredging, scholarships, and state park projects totaling $40 million. Power transmission cables will be running under Delaware Seashore State Park.
For the first time, the Food and Drug Administration has established lead limits for processed baby foods. Under these guidelines, baby food manufacturers should have no more than 10 parts per billion of lead in baby yogurts, custards, puddings, and processed fruits and vegetables. Root vegetables, which typically contain the highest levels of lead from the soil, should have no more than 20 parts per billion of lead. Bethany Hall-Long will become Delaware's 75th governor in just a few hours. John Carney will step down and move to his new role as Wilmington mayor. Carney will resign. Hall-Long will be sworn in, and she will serve the remaining days of that second term until January 21st. That's when Matt Meyer will be inaugurated.
All righty, it is 6:57. Time for a look at your forecast before you head out the door.
Yeah, Bob, a morning that many of us will spend shoveling snow.
Absolutely. Shoveling the snow. It's the aftermath. It's a cold and wind as well. We're looking at temperatures in the teens and 20s. Feels like temperatures in the single digits and teens really much of the day. And we barely even cracked the freezing mark. In fact, 32 is the expected high. Paul Davis 10-day forecast. forecast. Cold and windy the rest of the week. Yellow alert Saturday for snow. Could be accumulating snow. Just too soon to tell how much we could see. And then I think we do get a break from the storms after that into the upper 30s early next week, and then cold again by the end of next week.
All right, Bob, thank you, and thank you all for joining us on Coast TV News Today.
And the Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m.
And Coast TV Midday will be at 11. Stick around.
Until then, have a great and safe Tuesday morning, everybody.